Hey guys, can come in here. It's Wednesday, the 8th, first day of Comic-Con, preview night. Nothing really going on. I picked up my badge, and now we're waiting for these wristbands they're doing in Hall H, which is a first. Well, I guess they did it last year, but they didn't do it really well. So, and then we'll be leaving. I mean, I don't have preview night. I used to go to preview night for years, and then they started charging $25 extra for it, and it wasn't really worth it to me, so I stopped going. So this is day one. I'm not really doing anything. I'll probably pop in again after we get our wristbands and on the way home. But I'll combine this with day two. So, all right.
How many of you were up all night? Raise your hand. Has anyone got anything left? I've got a lot to say, but I don't really know how to phrase it. There's like a guy here who's got a notepad. He's going to ask questions. Let's let him do his thing. Let's not mess with him, okay?
Put them in their place and make them feel intimidated, or do you try to disarm them?
Well, I go to work with a knife strapped to my leg. And it just means people are going to know their lines. They're going to be able to go. Don't mess with me, don't Francis. Just show up. We try to be as relaxed as possible. It's really the key for the way I like to work, is be really, really as relaxed as you can be. And that makes people feel comfortable. And I grew up in a I came from Chicago, in the Second City Theater, where, we were taught by a great director we felt close to. You don't have to get tense when you're working. You just try to think about making the other person look good. And then you don't have to worry about yourself. Right. And that's the way I've learned to work. And when people see, holy cow, he's not going to try and hammer me or upstage me or anything, he wants to make me look good, then everybody relaxes. And we had a lot of fun. We had good people. I mean, Dan McBride is just an insanely crazy, talented guy. He's really wonderful. And the girl, Zoe Deschanel, was really, really, really good. And Kate Hudson was awesome. She was spectacular. And Bruce Willis, in the role of a lifetime, we own him now. He had so much fun, we own him.
And he seems to be in an alternate state in this film. That's kind of frightening.
Yeah, I don't think...
And in life.
We had a really good time, and it was fun working with him. I got to work with him on Wes Anderson's movie, The Moonrise Kingdom. And we had a good time together. Turns out we have an ancient history that I wasn't aware of, that he was aware of, so we get on great.
What's the ancient history?
Well, when I was on Saturday Night Live, Bruce was a page, which means it's sort of like it's a job you take where you're kind of a slave. It's like you're a slave. And his job was actually to refill the M&M and peanut bowls in the actors' dressing rooms. And years later, after a few tequilas, he said, "Only you and Gilda were nice to me." So, but he's all right. Okay, we had a fun time. Like I say, Morocco, I'm just saying, it's reasonable, it's thrifty. It's not exactly like sleeping underneath Petco Park, but it's pretty good.
You're staying underneath Petco?
You gotta move on. You can't stay in the same place every night, you know what I'm saying? You can't sleep in the same place every night.
About this collaboration.
So I know, you're very disappointed. Yeah, I could have been a guy that lived underground for 48 years. Never exposed to sunlight. I am thrilled to be here. Are you guys happy to be here? I'm Team Josh. And I'll fight anyone who isn't.
I'll fight you then.
Oh, you're gonna fight me? Oh, okay, he's actually ready to, this guy is ready to go. What are you team? What are you team, sir?
Liam!
You don't even know, do you? You don't care, you just wanted to fight me. I don't care, I want to kick his ass. I am thrilled to be here, ladies and gentlemen, for this amazing panel, Mockingjay Part 2. This one, I am really thrilled to be here. They've asked me to mention just one or two things. First of all, I want to welcome you to the Comic-Con Hall H. I think the best hall. H.
Yeah!
Don't do that. It's just a letter. And we're going to bring you today, of course, talk about Part 2, the epic story of Katniss Everdeen and the world of Panem. Full circle. This next movie brings it all around. We're all very excited. The director of these incredible films, Francis Lawrence. There he is. Let's bring up producer Nina Jacobson. She made it all happen, ladies and gentlemen. She brought this franchise together. Ladies and gentlemen, also the character that started it all, Primrose Everdeen, Willow Shield. District 13 Rebel Warrior, Gail Hawthorne, the recently rescued Peter Moore, and finally, last but certainly not least, the Mockingjay herself, Katniss Everdeen. We're done. Thank you. Good night. Never gets old. Welcome everybody. There's so much to talk about. Thanks all of you for being here. This is very cool. I have some questions. That's incredible. All right, Francis, trailer was absolutely unbelievable, and the movie looks amazing. This story now takes it to the next level because the characters are now above ground and they are fighting. And as we can all see, they're running around. There's so many different battlefields. What's it like? How does that new environment influence the story? It must have been fun / incredibly complicated to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it was very complicated, but it was interesting because we had a big shift. You know, when we moved to the capital, we actually moved production from Atlanta to Europe, and a lot of Atlanta was spent in kind of dank warehouses and spent kind of in our underground sets. And so to leave Atlanta and to go to Europe and shoot on these and in these amazing locations in Paris and Berlin created an entirely different environment for all of us, I think. So it was kind of this breath of fresh air, and you know, the world kind of opened up for us just as it did for the characters. But it was tough. I mean, it was grueling. There were really difficult scenes to shoot, really strenuous physically and demanding in terms of focus and vigilance and effects and stunts. But it was fun, challenging work, and really great to be in Europe and with all these guys here.
I have a question for Jennifer. Jennifer, Katniss making her final appearance on the big screen. Of all the films that you've done, it's a big part of your life. Is there a moment that you have as a favorite moment for Katniss?
All of the movies?
Of all the movies, you have 30 seconds.
Genuinely.
You can call a lifeline if you want. It doesn't have to be just one, but there are moments that pop with you, Katniss. practice? There were moments where you really felt
You're like, just say something, anything,
No, you
even
don't
if it's
have
a
to.
list. God. Well, I can't remember.
Well, you volunteered for your sister.
That was cool, thank you.
Again, you're all allowed to shout out suggestions.
Please, I get my point. Thank you.
It's not proper right
Yeah, I love you, Jennifer. It's not a suggestion.
It doesn't help comment, but it helps
That's
me.
mine. Doesn't decide.
When I first go to the arena, you know what I do what in the arena?
Blew it up.
Blew it up.
That was, you know, climactic in person, as you would think.
Well, we have our clip out of context. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I volunteer as tribute. That's her favorite. Come on, guys, I volunteer as tribute. It has to be your favorite.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, it does have to. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Good job.
Willow, I have a question for you.
Yeah, anything.
Oh my God, I'm scared for a second. I can't even, I'm blacking out right now. I can't even remember this entire
These are questions Lionsgate gave me, by the way, so I will not be blamed for these questions.
The truth is, there is one, but it's in the second movie. I don't want to blow.
And ideas behind how they're going to attack the capital. He teams up with Jeffrey Wright's character, Beatty, and they devise a few ways to kind of ambush and trap the enemy.
It must be fun because, as it's obviously in the last movie and now, particularly in this movie, you get the sense you really get to kick ass, which I think would be a lot of fun. I mean, you and I have fought together, and
We've had a couple of fights.
we have fought.
It's like a ritual before we go on to your show. We just have.
Anytime you come on my show,
you have to fight Conan before you go on to his
You
show.
have to fight me. We both strip to the waist and fight, and that's an appealing. Half of that's an appealing sight. I have a question for Willow. Prim triggered the path of Katniss Everdeen's story and began the whole thing, really. And you see this relationship evolving over the films. How do you feel it's evolving in this next film without giving away too much?
I think that it's evolved a lot. I think throughout every film you see how beautiful their relationship is. It's really genuine, and I think Katniss is, her whole goal throughout this entire series is to save Prim and to be there for Prim. And I feel like you saw a little bit in Mockingjay Part 1, I think Prim starts to be there for Katniss more than Katniss is there for her in a way, which I find really interesting, and it's really fun to see how it's evolved to become that. Like, all of a sudden Prim is really like grown up and is kind of a stronger character, and she's kind of taking care of Katniss in a way, more mentally than physically, but you know what I mean?
She needs that.
Huh?
She needs that.
She does need that, yeah. So, I mean, I think it's been really fun to play because she really has evolved over 5 years now. I mean, I started when I was 10 and now I'm 15, so, you know, it's really cool to see how it's evolved.
I have to say, for me personally, I was watching the last film when you went out to get the cat. I was so mad at you. It was, the whole world is coming apart, and you're like, I gotta get the cat! It's like, get another cat!
Don't do it.
I've gone down the bad road. So many cat people here are mad at me. Just go to #ConanCatHate. I want to see this resolved in some way. Just for yourselves.
Josh and I have a great team in this. Yeah, we've been friends for so long, but we really haven't worked together. And we got to...
One second.
Just hold on a second.
We all do everything without everybody.
No,
Apparently,
there are
you
some
guys
things.
have some secrets that show up. Okay, what is it?
Peter and Gail were having a talk.
Peter.
You really did say Peter.
I know such a so much.
Someone...
It's a really good question.
We have a really emotional scene together, and there might be a kiss between Josh and I.
He said no spoilers, man.
Yeah, sorry.
He said maybe it is.
I'm excited because
because I feel that, you know, in the stories leading up to this one, Katniss is always, she doesn't want to be a piece of the game. That's what Peter sets out from the beginning, and yet there's always somebody calling the shots for her.
If you could keep one of Katniss Everdeen's costume, which one would you choose?
Classic wifey.
Well, I love the wedding dress from Catching Fire because it's understated. The wetsuits would be funny because that would be hilarious to take to a beach. So maybe the wet. You know what I do want that's in the museum, and I spotted this. It's the orange backpack from the first Hunger Games. Because I just have so many memories of hiding my phone there.
Where did you see it? You saw it in a museum?
Yeah, there's an exhibit, a Hunger Games exhibit at the Whitney. Josh and I went every day. Yeah.
Discovery Times Square.
But I hit the kill switch, Josh.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen. No, actually, we were just there like a couple weekends ago in New York, and it's like this traveling Hunger Games exhibit that shows a lot like the behind the world of NM and like all the things in the movie, and they have like a bunch of our costumes.
They had a bunch of stuff that I wanted.
Can't you guys steal stuff if there's something on the set that you really want? Have you taken something like, oh, I love the crossbow, I can't let it go, and someone's there saying, that's way to crossbow.
Well, it's not a crossbow, it's a longbow. Crossbows are easy. Months and months of trainings that I could be called a crossbower.
You just made a fool
I
out
have
of
these
me.
bows. I have my rehearsal. Well, there were a lot of different bows when shooting. There's the close-up bow, which has no scratches and is, you know, been Jennifer proofed.
Yeah.
And then there's the shooting one that really has all the scratches on it, the one that I caught in the grass and hit me so hard in the chin that I flew myself backwards. And the link? Oh, it's easier to pull. Yeah. And then there's a rehearsal one just to get used to the weight. And that's the one they tried to give me as if I wouldn't notice.
So you're bitter, is what you're saying. Very, very bitter.
I don't know what I'm going to do with these artifacts. It's not like I'm going to have them laying around my house. But yeah, I feel a sense of ownership.
We have another question here for Jennifer at Sassy Josepher. Your character, Katniss, has amazing braids throughout the franchise. How are your braiding skills?
Oh, terrible. I have two brothers. I barely know.
Right. So you couldn't braid your hair, like just if someone said you've got to braid your hair, you'd be like, there's nothing I can do, I think.
I could braid in an emergency situation.
Like, this is a life or death situation, Jen. Can you braid your hair?
Can't there be a lot of flyaways?
Okay, and then this question to all cast from @EverLarkSunset Twitter. Can you do the Mockingjay whistle all together, please?
I'm gonna be honest, every time I try and do it, it comes out as like the X-Files.
Really well over here. That's very, is that you? You're eerily good at it. Unless you have a caged bird with you.
I haven't done this in a really long time. My character ever does this.
There's like 5,000 people. I'll just
Yeah, now you're just doing it. And it's feeling creepy.
Josh has a cool skill, though.
I've heard that when I tell jokes sometimes. How did you find out you could do that? What took you to know you could do that?
Lots of time on my own.
Yeah.
Not many friends, a dog.
been there. All right. We have some audience Q&A now. Let's go to the audience. We will answer your questions. The light's coming on until this has all been worked out.
Love you.
I was like, maybe I missed it. I think, so bad.
Just relax, focus. Take a second.
Liam, will you say hello to me? Or...
It's okay, Jen. It's okay, Jen. It's got worse and worse, didn't it? Don't ask me to do that again. I don't want to be a part of your stuff.
Yeah, or just what I'm trying to say is
Help get her started.
the power of, of our future is in our hands. I'm trying to say that in a not cheesy way.
That's great. That's a good message.
This is good.
It's about great job.
I'm saying, yes, it's about hope and empowerment. Also, being involved. This was at the beginning of this movie, this was one girl who was standing up to something huge and gigantic. This entire, what I like about these movies is that they take the entire world in a way and condense it into this one continent. And I don't really want to say it. But all of these issues are very real. And she was one girl, it was very scary, and she took it into her hands and she did what was right, even though she knew there was good. Maybe I don't think you should risk your life, but I was about to say, even though she knew she could die, and I was like, well, Prince. Power of the future is with you and in your hands. It's true.
I would also say though that I think, and it's something that I will say too, in an answer to that question though, that there's something that happened, at least for me, when there's certain scenes that we would start to shoot, and you feel the history of the characters, and especially of Katniss, and so to take away the sort of payoff of reading the books and stories and seeing the movies, and to feel the emotion and the history and the themes and the ideas kind of all come together and conclude at the end, I think is really powerful. I mean, I even felt it just shooting some of the scenes, and I really hope you all are able to share in that feeling.
Oh, the audience just said no, so...
Each and every one of you get to ask a question.
We brought sleeping bags, yes.
Miss Jennifer Lawrence, I just want to ask you, how did Jennifer Lawrence bid goodbye to Katniss Everdeen?
I don't really feel like it's happened yet. It's such a huge part of my life. These movies really did change my life. As Josh was saying, the people that are in my life are still, it's challenged me. You were turning it off. I think that the changes that happened in my life when doing these movies are so permanent and still with me that I don't think that I'll ever really kind of say goodbye to it. It feels like a part of me.
That was really all the time we had for audience questions.
She's in full-blown Katniss.
Oh, you're in a Katniss outfit. I'm sorry. I thought you were a Conan fan with a bow and arrow. They do exist. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, my question is for Josh and Jen. It could be open to the whole cast, though. How has your character's attitude changed the way you portray the character?
Well, Peter kind of goes crazy. So there's that. It was my first time really playing crazy. And I've always wanted to. I don't know what it says about me. But yeah, so I mean, I had to really like let loose, and I don't really yell at people ever, so I never really yelled at someone. And in this movie, and in Mockingjay 1 and 2, there's a lot of really intense moments that I had to really push myself towards, places I've never even gone to in my normal life. And now I have to do it on camera with a bunch of other actors and people standing around. It's going to be judged for the rest of my life. So it's, you know, it's been pretty intense, but yeah, it was fun to kind of let that crazy out, and it gave me confidence in the future if I need to kind of go to extremes and everything like that, I've done it now and I know how to do it.
At the beginning, when I first signed on to these movies, I was 20. Now I'm 24. But I remember feeling frustration. But I remember feeling frustration about Katniss's hesitation to kind of be this hero. I remember reading it and doing it and wanting her to be excited about this role and to take charge, you know, and I remember just kind of being like, why is she? And then as I kind of grew with her, I realized how real and also powerful it was, her hesitation to start this war, because it doesn't solve problems sometimes. And so, I can't remember what your question was, but I remember that this could possibly answer it. So I hope that is in fact true.
I've been just handed a note. You all saw that I wasn't. It was here already. It's just in.
I totally believed it.
I've been asked to ask you guys if you'd like to see the trailer again before we roll it.
Mr. Chris. Welcome to Hall H. Welcome. Hey guys, thank you for welcome. First of all, welcome to the first official day of Comic-Con. It's nice to see you all. I'm wearing appropriate shoes for this panel. This is the Doctor Who panel, and I'm very excited to show you people that you are very excited to see, and also some never-before-seen footage that we're going to show you. But let's, everyone caught up on Doctor Who? Is everyone caught up, I assume? Yes! But just in case you're not, or just in case it's been a couple months since you watched, let's take a look back at Series 8 really quickly, and then we're going to welcome to the stage, executive producer, lead writer, Stephen Moffat! Also, playing Missy this season, Michelle Gomez! And a person by the name of Clara Oswald, Jennifer! Guys, this is his first appearance at a Comic-Con. Peter Capaldi! Over here, next to me. This is, you guys, Doctor Who, here they are. Comic-Con, you haven't been to one of these before. No, it's close.
Just move ahead.
Star Wars!
Look at the camera.
Just don't lean on them too much.
Okay.
You know, and
I'm more leaning like downwards than
Yeah.
forward.
That's all we need is the whole.
Oh, that's the charity guy. That's the guy who came that 645 miles.
Oh, cool. Holy crap, this is pretty sweet. Oh, I'm so sad.
Oh, the stormtroopers have to stop.
It's like they're all actually the cast members and they're just sitting.
Okay. Howard, take your picture.
That's super cool.
Alright.
Is that what it is?
I was just videotaping people.
Okay.
Hey guys. Sorry wasn't really an intro for day one or an outro for day one or day two really for an intro. This is day two. I'm at home now. Just kind of after we got our wristbands on Wednesday, went to the panel all day Thursday for day one, which you saw in the footage. I didn't really talk a whole lot about what we saw, and I didn't do an outro because we had spent the night trying to get wristbands in the disabled line for today's panels, which was Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, and Star Wars. And there was a big issue with that. They're supposed to give out a percentage of the wristbands to they call it the ADA line, the disabled line, so that the wristbands guarantee you into the first panel, and Hall H has 7,000 people can fit, and so day one, the Wednesday before, which is the beginning of day one's video that I combined with day one, which is technically day zero, I guess. They handed out 160 wristbands to the ADA line. So generally, almost everyone who wanted wristbands got them. There was a bunch that didn't, but they didn't get there early enough on Wednesday. So today, so day one, Thursday, we wanted wristbands for Friday. We got there at 3 in the afternoon. And due to mix-up, they handed out a total of 65 wristbands to everyone in the ADA line, which went by like that. And the rest all went to almost all the rest went to the regular line. My friends who were sitting way far back in the regular non-disabled line got wristbands, and we didn't. Then there was a whole ordeal, and everyone was really pissed off because they kept us there for so long. We got there at 3, but some people were there earlier, and they didn't hand out the wristbands till like 10:30. And then it just kind of kept dragging on. They said that they would try to get more wristbands and to hold off. They tried to figure it out, and then they eventually got like the guy who's in charge of disabled services over, and he was able to get like a total of 15 more wristbands, which didn't really work. So I didn't get to go. I feel a bit better about that because as you tell today, I didn't get any of that footage, but they didn't have it wasn't really anything hugely special. It was Star Wars, but Walking Dead all released their stuff afterwards. Star Wars all released the footage that they showed afterwards. They didn't really show any footage. It was more behind the scenes stuff. But so I don't feel so bad. I'm very tired though. This has been a more exhausting Comic-Con than the years past, which is weird because I think at least in the last 5 years, this is the smallest in weight I've been going to Comic-Con. Maybe in the last, I think my current weight is the smallest I've been in the last 3 years at the very least. So I thought I'd have more energy than last year, but I seem to be wiped more, and I keep thinking it's Saturday today when it's Friday. So I didn't get much footage today. Sorry about that. It was a stormtrooper walking, and I didn't really do anything. So this is gonna be a very quick video. I did downstairs, but I didn't get any footage because I was so in a rush to get the stuff that I wanted. But tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, I think I'll get downstairs footage. But day 1 is probably more successful than day 2. Sorry about that. Yeah, so like there wasn't really anything done today, so I think I might tack this on at the end of day 1. Just put day 1 and 2 together, or 0, 1, and 2 together, just because there wasn't much. Day 3 Saturday was another big Hall H day for me. The Warner Brothers stuff. Then Fox is going to have their panels and stuff, but I'm not going. It was just as chaotic today to go, and I don't trust that they fixed the issue, and I didn't have a space in line, so I'm just not going to go. I'm going to try to find other panels. I'm going to do some filming of some other stuff, and then downstairs. But I don't think that means that I'm probably not going to film anything on Sunday, because there's actually like 2 panels I actually want to go to, and none of them are that interesting. So I think most of the interesting stuff happened on day 1, which is a bit of a shame. But Sunday's video, I think what I'll do instead is I'll show you what I got at Comic-Con, which isn't a whole bunch, but it'll be fun, I think. Which I may combine that with day 3 Saturday. So day 3 and 4, maybe day 0, 1, and 2 is going to be one video. So this is the end of the video. It's the end of day 2. I'm exhausted. So look for the next video for day 3 and 4, I guess, because it's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, thanks. Talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed all the little footage. Sorry there wasn't like an introduction to each one. And sorry this is like the weirdest filming angle in the world. But I'm just so tired I don't want to set up the tripod and that sort of stuff, so I'm holding it by hand. So it's not the most professional thing. And I'm sorry, guys. But Blu-rays wise, I have some stuff to do. So this Tuesday there will be a video. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out over the following Tuesday. I'm going to release a video, and I think the Comic-Con stuff is going to come out progressively after that. Or maybe all on the same day. I don't know. I've rambled on long enough. I'm sorry. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I don't expect many of you to watch it, but if you care enough, you care enough. It was really cool in day 1 to be that close to Doctor Who and that close to Jennifer Lawrence and the whole Hunger Games cast. It was really cool. Like, they're honestly like super insanely close to me. It was unbelievable. So I've included some pictures into that, I think, and the video that I took, which I just didn't want to record the whole panel, upload it, because that's going to be there somewhere. But the parts, I've recorded some parts, just so you got a sense of what the panel was like, and took some cool photos. So thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.